confirm that. I will acknowledge that. I just want to be able to confirm if His Excellency is in the room.
Yes, now he is.
Oh, great. Oh, awesome. Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wish we were in a physical venue, but since we are not, we are going to do a virtual standing ovation and then fire ovation as we welcome His Excellency S.F. Homad, the President of the Global Union and its permanent missions, all the way from Switzerland. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for His Excellency. Give it up for His Excellency. You know how to do that. The fire emoji, the standing ovation, the whistling. You're welcome, Your Excellency. You're welcome, Your Excellency. It's awesome to have you in this great meeting. His Excellency was with us in 2020 during our Grand Africa Youth Summit, Game Youth Summit 2020. His Excellency was one of our special guests, and he shared amazing insights on innovation, on entrepreneurship, on employability, good governance, and leadership. And we are super, super excited to have you join us again, and this time around for the benefit of African youth. Really, thank you very much. We thank the Global Union and its permanent mission. We thank the Global Union team for making this happen. Right, thank you for coming around, sir. At this point in time, I would love to invite the executive director. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I would love you to please keep an eye on the comment section, because we are going to be posting links to Grand Africa Initiative social media handles where you can follow us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Twitter, every social media handle. Please keep your eye on the comment section so that you don't miss out on any opportunity. All right? Okay, thank you so much. A member of our team would make that available. She's going to be sharing the links to all of this so that you can connect and stay connected with us to enjoy the benefits GAIN has to offer. Right about now, before I welcome the fantastic rockstar boss at Grand Africa Initiative, I want to share with you some of the things we do at Grand Africa Initiative. Somebody may be asking, I'm just coming here for the first time. I really want to know what GAIN is about. People say they've joined from Facebook, LinkedIn. How did I miss out on this? And I really want to know what this organization is about. You are in the right place because I'm about to tell you what GAIN is about. One of the fantastic things about GAIN is that we focus on young people aged 15 to 35 years. And you know that that is the age bracket given by African Union Agenda 2063. And so this is very paramount to us at Grand Africa Initiative to be able to mold and harness the unique potentials of young people living in Africa. So Grand Africa Initiative is a pan-African non-governmental organization on a mission to harness the unique potentials of young African men and women so that they can succeed in employment, they can succeed in education, they can succeed in entrepreneurship. You know, our vision is to have a prosperous continent that is driven by young African men and women. And it's really interesting that Africans are really rising, and thanks to Grand Africa for playing the lead role in pushing young African men and women to achieve this great feat. Just in case you want to know more about our programs, we're just going to tell you some of them. You don't want to miss out on Grow with GAIN. This is a monthly program where we get successful experts, business leaders to come share their ideas with enthusiastic and forward-thinking individuals who really want to learn, who really want to go far in their career so that they can learn the ropes and learn how to succeed in business. Every month is happening at Grand Africa Initiative. It's called the Grow with Gain, and you don't want to miss next month's edition. And then we also have a date with Gain mentors, because you know that mentorship is very paramount. And of course, we are here gathered because of mentorship. And so mentorship is very important because you get to learn only the success principles and avoiding trials and error. So we have a program known as the Date to Gain Mentors, where we bring more experienced leaders to come and share their ideas to younger Africans, younger people who are doing business or who are working in civil society organization or who own social enterprises. People generally want to create a change. And so the Date to Gain Mentors afford them the opportunity to network with a more experienced leader, and this happens every quarter. Just to mention that on the 27th of May, we are going to be having another edition of a Date with Gain Mentors, I beg your pardon. So you don't want to miss out on that. The next is the Gain Entrepreneurship Masterclass. This is a fantastic opportunity where enthusiastic and of course entrepreneurs who are Africans get to learn how to succeed in business from successful entrepreneurs, successful business leaders. Last year, we had the co-founder of Starbucks Coffee, Zeb Siegel, who came and distilled invaluable knowledge to our entrepreneurs, and some of them are already making progress. So keep an eye on the opportunities that Gain has to offer so that you can be a part of amazing young men and women changing the narrative in Africa. The last but not the least is the Gain Youth Summit, and this is the biggest of them all. Remember, I mentioned that His Excellency was a guest speaker at the Gain Youth Summit 2020. The Gain Youth Summit is an amazing opportunity where thousands upon thousands of young Africans join across the world. We've recorded about 5,000 attendees and even more joining from over 90 countries of the world to learn from speakers from civil society organizations, from multinational, come to distill knowledge and solution-focused ideas on how Africans can thrive. Gain Youth Summit 2022 is coming and you really don't want to miss. So these are some of the programs that we run at Grand Africa Initiative just to change the narrative, to empower young African men and women so that they can succeed in innovation, in entrepreneurship, in employment, and of course, in employability. All right, so these are the programs for now, and I will be back to share with you more and more opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're really excited. I can't feel excitement anymore in the comment section. What's happening? I hope you're really excited. Do you know what you're here for? All right, so let me see that excitement in the comment section. Let me know if you're excited at what Gain is doing, if you're happy with what Gain is doing, empowering young men and women living in Africa. Let me see it in the comment section. Let me see it in, oh, great, awesome, great, awesome. All right, right about now, it is my pleasure to welcome the Executive Director of Grand Africa Initiative in the person of Chinwe Okoli for her welcome address. Ms. Chinwe Okoli, if you're ready, you have the floor for your welcome address.
Thank you very much, Val. Kindly confirm you can hear me well.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear,
All right, thank you. Thank you. Some people are raising their hands. I wouldn't know why. Kindly type in the chat if you have a problem and someone will attend to you in the chat, please. Ishak and others raising their hands. Please type in the chat and we'll attend to you so that you don't interrupt the proceedings. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really, really delighted to speak to you this afternoon, to have all of you in the room, first of all. So I'd like to start by acknowledging the presence of His Excellency SF Homad, the President in Global Office of the Global Union and its permanent mission, joining us, I suppose, all the way from Switzerland. Your Excellency, we're happy to have you in the room. Then I'd like to acknowledge as well the regional coordinators of Grand Africa Initiative, joining us from different parts of Africa, the country representatives of Grand Africa Initiative, chapter leaders, campus ambassadors, the Gain Rockstar team and volunteers, the Global Union ambassadors and team joining us from different parts of the world, the gainers from all over the world, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I'm really delighted to have all of you here today again. You know, it's one thing to organize a program, to have a mission, and then another thing to have people who key into it. So I'm very delighted to have all of you show up today, that we're going to be unveiling the people selected for the 3-year-long mentorship program we call Gain Global Union Mentorship Program. So this is the mentorship program that is going to last for 3 years, meaning that the people selected for this mentorship program are going to have access to mentorship, free access to mentorship for 3 long years. And this is an exclusive mentorship with His Excellency. And permit me to say that this is the first time in the history of Global Union that this program is going on, all right? So relax, I know you're anxious, you want to see if you're selected. Some people are already asking how we accepted. Don't worry, you're just going to find out just in a short while. The application has been on for long and closed, and the people shortlisted went on to do a second round and all of that. So now you just have a few minutes before you find out. So relax. If you've been patient all along, just exercise a little more patience, okay? So this mentorship program, the Gain Global Union Mentorship Program, will cover business, governmental affairs, leadership, global partnership, education, peace, understanding, tolerance, and community empowerment for sustainable growth. So you can see that it's all encompassing. It looks at different spheres of life, right? And so it's going to be helping the mentees in their professional development, in their personal choice of careers and all of that. So it's actually a rare opportunity for those that get selected, and we're really happy we're making this happen. So far, 65 people have been selected, as against the 78 we wanted, because there are processes and procedures. And these people are going to find out in a short while. But it's interesting to know that for those that were not selected just now, there's still something for you. So hang in there. Don't give up just yet, all right? So there's something for everyone, and that is out of the graciousness of His Excellency. And why are we doing this partnership, this mentorship? It's because mentorship is at the core of what we do at Grand Africa Initiative. Grand Africa Initiative, just like Val had said, is set out to develop and empower African youth, to help them explore their unique potentials and become the best versions of themselves. Because if Africa is the youngest continent in the world, as we know, and has more of its population being the young people, we strongly believe that the future of Africa depends on the future of the youth. So the youth of today will determine the trajectory of Africa. And so mentorship is one way we do what we do. We do trainings and other programs and mentorship, because sometimes you just find out you just need someone who is more experienced than you to show you the way, to shorten your experience. I personally believe in standing on the shoulder of a giant. So no matter how excellent or what you're doing, how fantastic what you're doing is, if you have another excellent person who has been there before you, who has seen it before you, provide their shoulders for you, you stand on their shoulders, you're just going to be way taller, right? Literally. So that is what mentorship is all about. And that is why we are bringing it to African youth. And of course, to get the most out of mentorship, it depends on how seriously the mentee takes it. So it's not a one-way traffic, it's a relationship between two people. So if His Excellency, with how busy he is, and his team are bringing out time to commit to this. So I'm only hopeful that those who are selected are going to be as much committed to make the most out of this, because we want to see your progress. We want to see the impact of this at the end of the day, because that's one way to encourage those who are going to get involved in the future. And please remember, you're not paying for this, you're paying for it. You know how much it's going to cost you to have this rare opportunity. So for those selected, I hope you make the most use of it, because that's the only way we can achieve what we do at GAIN, which is promoting youth empowerment for development. So we're bringing this opportunity, and we really hope you take it very seriously. And before we unveil, of course, we're going to have a panel session, and that panel session is just to explain to you, for those of you who don't understand what mentorship is about and how mentor-mentee relationship work. We have a fantastic panel selected from across Africa who are going to just help you make a sense of what it is before we go ahead and do the unveiling. I really can't wait for you to see all of you who are selected. And His Excellency is really excited for this. And we at Grand Africa Initiative are really excited that this is happening. And we just want to restate, we received a lot of applications from across Africa. So many applications, about 600 applications from different parts of Africa, and we only need to select 78. So you can imagine how competitive it is. All right. So, but don't give up, don't give up if you don't get selected. Just listen to His Excellency, because I'm sure he has something in stock for everyone. So thank you. I'm delighted to welcome you to this unveiling session. Thank you. Back to you, Val.
Thank you so much. And that was the opening remark by the Executive Director of Grand Africa Initiative. You heard her. Over 600 Africans applied for this opportunity. Wow, amazing, amazing. It goes to show how enthusiastic young Africans are, in wanting to become better, in wanting to contribute meaningfully to the growth and development of the continent. There's a lot happening out there, and I'm really grateful to Grand Africa Initiative for taking the lead role in helping young Africans to realize their potentials. Right about now, it is my pleasure to invite His Excellency S.F. Homard, the President of the Global Union and its permanent mission, for his opening remark. Your Excellency, sir, if you can hear me, you have the floor, sir. Your Excellency. I don't know if. Okay. I guess it's trying to come up. Your Excellency, sir, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome,
this
sir.
great initiative through the GU and Gain Africa. It is my pleasure to welcome everybody which is on stage today. And I just begin, as it's a day also of sadness, but as well of happiness. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished state members, distinguished Gain members, distinguished youth of Africa and Africa. Today is a sad day, as we lost yesterday a great father, visionary, creator, and leader of the United Arab Emirates. But today, it's as well a great day, as new wonderful opportunities comes alive. And celebrate the elected mentees, which receive a 3-year mentorship in business, governmental affairs, leadership, global partnership, education, peace, understanding of tolerance and other cultures, community empowerment for sustainable growth. Personally, by me, as the president, as already mentioned, of the Global Public Office of the Global Union and its permanent mission. It is my pleasure, really, as I gain too. I want to see the youth growing. I want to see the youth standing up for peace, for new growth, for economic diplomacy. And why? In tolerance, we lead. In peace, we lead for new growth. How the growth comes when we empower as well, straight, strongly, and very sustainable the youth. As the youth, as we heard it already before, it's our future. I'm young too. I lead as the president in the global office, on the global union. I see so many things around the world. And when I look at about Africa, for me, it's very important. Even when I'm also somebody from another color, that you know that we want the best for you, to support you, to empower you. It's not only done by money, it's done as well by knowledge. And why? When you receive knowledge, when you receive support, when you receive sustainable help for the future, and not only for a few weeks or 2-3 months, then you get empowered. Then you get something which nobody can take, never away from you. This is calling knowledge. With knowledge, you can empower even yourself. You can even empower further people around you. It's not only in Africa, but as we have made a partnership with GAIN, with the director, Mrs. Okoli, I was very, very happy to just really stay in, not only talk about, but doing and leading this wonderful mentorship program, to really show that even when we come from other countries, that we just not come to overcome about Africa, no, to make it together, as only together is better for you, with you, for all. And this is something that I want, even the ones which are not elected, as already said before, join, doing, come in, as we will launch again the quiz, and to elect further mentees in Africa, in other regions around the globe, even when I have not always the time, as I'm also limited on my health issues on one side. I need also to say it's not COVID. I just have other issues, but I want to be there and I want to help every time, as long as I can lead the presidential office of the global union with the delegation and its ambassadors on the community level. Maybe you didn't join yet, but you still can join. Maybe you have already joined, but you still don't know that you are elected. Maybe you have a question, then you know that the GAIN office is still available, and share with us, with my office, your requests, your opinion, your ideas. Why? It is very important from the youth to receive also your ideas, your opinion, how you feel, how you see the world, how you see your country, how you see your region. Why? Because it's the time to grow together and not alone. We have seen this during COVID-19. We have seen this through many, many years backwards. It's the time to grow together. And with this, I also encourage every state member, every president of each country to stay in with us, to support the youth, to be with the youth, as the youth are our future, to grow them as a leader, not as a follower. As followers, we can have enough around the world, but a leader, to grow him, to grow her, it's a wonderful step ahead. I stay in, I will stay in, and always be in. Thank you so, so much. Please join, please be, and don't forget, come in again. Don't miss nothing about this program, as I'm sure it will guide you to your future, for your family, for your new family, maybe for your children into the future too. So stay in, come in, be with us.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. First of all, before I make any comment, I really want to extend a heartfelt condolence to you for that loss. And I know I speak the minds of the people on this call. We are sorry about your health, and we are super sure that you're going to bounce back strong and healthy. So accept our deepest condolence for the loss, and then we pray that you bounce back in a short possible time. Thank you, Your Excellency. His Excellency said something that was remarkable for me. He said, I want to see the youth grow. And that was so real for me. He wants to see the youth grow. And little wonder this opportunity is coming from the Global Union. We are grateful, sir, for making this happen, for wanting African youth to grow, not leading them as followers, but fellow leaders. African youth in the house. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to say? Come on now, let me see in the comment section. You know, this was really fantastic, a heartwarming speech from His Excellency. Please show some appreciation in the comment section. Let me see the clap emoji. Let me see the fire emoji. Let me see the whistling emoji. If you're really excited about this opportunity, let me see if it. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Show some love. Awesome. We are indeed grateful for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Your Excellency, and your incredible team for making this happen.
You're most welcome.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. If you remember, the executive director of Grand Africa Initiative mentioned that there would be a panel session before we unveil the selected participants for this 3-year mentorship program. Okay, just sit tight because it's about to go down. It's about to, I mean, the moment that we all are waiting for will definitely come, but it's time to learn how to go about mentorship. We want to learn how it should be mentor-mentee relationship, everything about mentorship relationship we want to learn from experts. And right about now, I will hand over the session to Grace Barua, who is the programs officer at Grand Africa Initiative. Grace, confirm if you can hear me loud and clear so that I can hand over to you. Hello, Grace. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please confirm that you can hear me so that I hand over.
Oh,
okay.
Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me?
I'm struggling to see you, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you please check the chat box, please?
Okay, my eyes are on the chat box. Okay.
Okay, so Grace, I think you should you're lost in the virtual background, so you can actually remove it. Maybe your device is not compatible, so remove the virtual background so we can see you. Thank you.
Hello, Grace. If you can remove the virtual background, we would be happy to see your face.
Hello.
There you go, Grace. I can see you now. Are you ready? So that I hand over.
Yes, I'm good to go.
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, Grace Barua, who is the Programs Officer at Grand Africa Initiative, will take over from me to handle or to moderate the panel session. An interesting session you don't want to miss out on. All right, I'll be back. So, as I go to listen, sit tight and enjoy the session. Thank you very much. Over to you, Grace.
Hello, everyone. You are all welcome to this amazing session of this amazing and beautiful event. I'm sure you can attest to the fact that everything has been so lit and so amazing ever since. Okay, so to add glamour to this event, I would want you to wait and listen and pay attention to this session because it is one of the most interesting and educative sessions you can ever have. So we have people on this panel who are going to be giving us information about mentorship. I'm sure everybody is wondering, what is mentorship? What exactly are we clamoring about when we say mentorship? So we're drawing from the word of experience of our amazing members of the panel this afternoon. Please join me as a welcome ambassador from Zimbabwe, and we also have another ambassador from HEYU, another person also joining from Nigeria. I would like you to make welcome these persons as they come around and introduce themselves. Please, I want to see us mentioning that in the chat box. I want to see us clapping as a welcome our panel for this discussion session in the chat box. Guys, you can do better. Please, let's welcome them. Thank you. I'm seeing 2 persons responding. Thank you. Okay, so right about now, I'll be welcoming the first member of the panel, Ambassador Muifala. She is the ambassador of the Global Union to Sierra Leone. You are highly welcome, ma.
Mrs. Baruva, excuse me, we see you only to here. Maybe to move a bit the camera that we see you better. Perfect. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry about that, sir. Thank you very much,
That's
Excellency.
okay.
Okay, so I want to know if we have Ambassador Muifala already here. Okay, so while we wait for her to join us, we'll welcome Ambassador to Zimbabwe. His name is Ambassador Chilmuf. Please, is he available? Ambassador of the HEYU to Zimbabwe, please, if you are around, we have to hire you, sir.
Yes, please unmute yourselves, ambassadors that she has just introduced. You have to unmute yourself, okay?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. I'm Ambassador Cliff Chafausipo from Zimbabwe.
Thank you. Welcome once again, sir. And then our last panel, we are going to be welcoming Mrs. Moki. If she's around, please kindly unmute yourself and then introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome, ma'am. Kindly introduce yourself, please.
Hello, good evening. My name is Mukoso Lukongolo, but everybody calls me Muki for short. I'm pleased to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again. Now, audience, we are going to be following. This session is going to last for 20 minutes, but then it's going to be very interesting and exciting. So kindly, while the session is going on, go to the chat box, drop your question and comments. We are going to be picking just 3 questions on the basis of first come, first serve. All right, so while we engage our panels in series of questions, follow us on our social medias as well. Thank you very much. So once again, our panel, welcome. Okay, I'll be asking Ambassador Cliff the very first question. Sir, what exactly is mentorship? And what are the goals of good mentorship?
Okay, I'd like to answer this one by actually reminding our youth here that this is not new to us on the continent. It's just the terminology, but historically, you know that we've grown in a society. A child has been raised in a society by elders. From suckling to adulthood, you pass through stages. And those stages have involved information passing on and being passed on to you by your elders, right up to when you are reaching your womanhood and manhood. Now, in contemporary terms, we are looking at the same scenario, broader, involving various subjects, various skills being passed on from somebody who has walked a journey that you are yet to walk. So basically, you have an opportunity to have, if you're sitting with a mentor who is 20 years older than you, 30 years older than you, even 10 or 5 years older than you have an opportunity to squeeze all that into a very short space of time so that you avoid the mistakes that they've made, so that you focus on the successes that they've attained and what they actually did to get to that. So a mentor-mentee relationship allows for the interfacing and exchange, especially the flow of information is mainly towards the mentee more than the other way. But the mentor also listens to the mentee in order to understand what makes them tick, what are their strengths, what are their fears, guide them, hold their hand towards their goals. That's basically how I can summarize it.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. That was really amazing. You know, the part when you said, or you can learn from persons who are just, you can be just 3 to 5 years older than you. That person can be your mentor. That part got me. Mrs. Moki, do you agree with that, or do you want to add to that as well?
I totally agree with what he has said, and I'm very happy that he started from where I would like to start from. Mentorship is not new in Africa. In fact, it started fading away at some point, but I'm glad you all are coming back with it, because the younger person needs to understand, needs to know what the older person knows, and then success is guaranteed. So we've had that in our cultures in the background. I really have absolutely no disagreement with what he said. It's spot on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful one from you, ma. And from the chat box, I can see somebody asking, what is mentorship? Please calm down before you ask this question, because I'm very sure they've already answered this question. And somebody is asking for Ambassador Cliff's number. Please calm down. These are my panel. Please calm down. Okay, so to the next question, Mrs. Moki, what constitutes a mentor-mentee relationship? What is expected of both parties, or is it just the mentor that will do the whole work, or the mentee has something to do as well? Please elaborate on this for us. Thank you.
No, the mentor is not expected to do everything. The mentee also should have certain attitudes that would enable him to learn from the mentor. So first off, I like to say that a very important characteristic that should be found between the two is trust, and then respect. Respect in every area. Respect your mentor's time. The mentor also understands and respects your time. And there has to be trust, because the mentor has to come up with his weaknesses as well, has to come up with his failures, so that the mentee can learn. To achieve that, they also have to have open and honest communication. This is what I believe. The mentee cannot be hiding information or keeping back certain thoughts and expecting to get good results from his mentor. It doesn't work like that. Another point that must be there all the time: open and honest communication. Both parties must be flexible and understand each other's perspectives. The mentor, understandably, is older, has many things to do, so the mentee cannot not be flexible and understand these perspectives. The mentee is obviously younger, or most times younger, and inexperienced. So the mentor also does not lose patience or does not, should not or cannot fail to understand that perspective to be able to help the young person. There should also be perseverance on both sides. You know, you must not give up, whether you're the mentor or the mentee, especially when there are obstacles. I think these 4 points that I just made is a very important attributes to have an excellent mentor-mentee relationship.
Oh, thank you very much, Ma. That was an excellent point you made there. You know, you mentioned something about flexibility, about the mentee being perseverance, about the mentee being trusting the mentor. That's a wonderful one, Ma. Thank you very much. You know, we have cases these days where you have the mentee only trying to click with the mentor just because the mentor is a big name or something, and then they just lose focus of what mentorship is all about. Thank you very much once again. That's a brilliant one for me.
Can I say something? It's also very deplorable because the other way is a lot of people that I hear saying, oh, this is my mentor, this is my mentor. I see no connection. They don't even see a connection. Many people don't know why they are following who they are following. And when you look deep down, like you said, it's because the person is a big shot or a big name somewhere. And sometimes it's the other way also, where the mentor is actually trying to duplicate himself in a mentee, forgetting that the mentee has a path that has been, set aside for him. I'm just here for you to hold my hand as I go along the path. So they move away from guiding to, what would be the word, to imposing themselves on the mentee just to be, that, oh yeah, I'm your mentor. So it goes both ways. Thank you.
Okay, guys, please know that this session is live stream on YouTube page. Please, you can rewatch and follow us on social media. It's very, very important. And before we go ahead, kindly go to the chat box and drop your definition of mentorship so I will know you are following. Thank you once again. Ambassador Cliff, please, you have something to say about what Mrs. Moki just said about what constitutes a mentor-mentee relationship?
Well, I like what she said, and it's spot on. The aspect of projection, which she talked about just towards the end, where a mentor has to be conscious not to project themselves onto the mentee, projection being wanting your mentee to be like you, helping them to be themselves and just guiding them along, find their own potential within what they're able to do. A mentee, the objective is not but to constantly get down to realizing who you are, your own DNA, and then looking out for how that can be amplified by somebody who is able to show you the way and walk you through a road that you have not yet walked. So that was quite a very good synopsis.
Thank you very much for that wonderful input, sir. So I'm going to be starting with you. So what are the key success indicators in a mentor-mentee relationship? How do we measure if this is a success or if this is a failure? How do we go about that, sir?
Is that to me?
What are the key success indicators of a mentor-mentee relationship? How do we measure if this relationship is really heading towards the set goal for mentorship?
Okay, the first thing is that before you set up and take off as a mentor and mentee, you have to have some parameters that you set up and agree. Now, so it depends whether it's a one-on-one or it's a one on with a group. And you then identify where you need to go and how you're getting there, and then you draw and agree on that. So let's say that you've got your mentor, your mentee, and within a period of, say, a year or 6 months, you want them to have assimilated certain attributes, skills, or way of thinking. And you know that right from the start. After that 6 months, you evaluate. So you evaluate and see whether that road has been walked. So to answer that question globally is not that easy, because it's objective to what you have said, and then you evaluate. Mentorship, on a mentor-mentee program, you do not you You're talking this raw product. Where is it? What is it? What is life at? Where do you want to, from the fifth point campus to whether you're taking them north, east, or west? You define that. After 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years, you look back and say, so the key factors have to be defined by.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Thank you for that wonderful input. I understand that we have Ambassador of the Global Union to Sierra Leone. Please let's give her a warm welcome. Welcome, ma'am.
Grace. Hello, Grace. Grace.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Your background is quite noisy. Can you tell them to reduce their voices? We are struggling to hear you. Please mute yourself and tell them to reduce their voices, the people talking there, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Okoli.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And everyone, if you think if you're following this discussion, go ahead and tell us in the comment section. And just hold on, we're just almost at the point where you get to know who is on the program and who is not. So Grace is just going to continue from where she stopped, and then soon you get to find out if you're selected. Thank you. Over to you, Grace. Thank you.
Mrs.
Unmute yourself.
Paruva, you need to unmute again.
Unmute yourself.
Okay.
Maybe
right.
Mrs. Paruva, sorry, maybe when you have put the question on place, maybe you can mute too. So then your background noise is away when they talk.
Okay, while we are waiting for her to still join us, I have some interesting questions in the chat box, which I'm going to attend to right after this next question. Okay, from your explanation, sir, I want to ask this question. Okay, so how can a
Grace, we can hear you.
Can't hear you. Please come again.
Can you hear me better now, sir? Discussions.
Sorry, Grace.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Right, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. So sorry, sir. So I was saying from our earlier discussions, we all agree that a mentee has to be perseverance and also be willing to learn. So say, for example, in a way, you have a mentee who is willing to learn, but is not flexible and is not patient with a mentor. What can the mentor do in such a case?
If a mentor is able to explain and articulate the importance of a program for the mentee very clearly, and we're dealing with a mentee of sober habits who's able to understand that importance, because the person who gains here in a relationship of this nature is the mentee. They have an opportunity to make that giant leap forward in terms of everything, their personality, the economic situation, their mental aptitude, etc., because they're dealing with somebody who has been there where they've not been. So if they tend to be of a difficult disposition, regardless and in spite of having been shown the benefits, then that is quite a challenge. And I would advocate, in most extreme circumstances, having to then, by the mentor, seeking other mentors that they think can just come in and assist in terms of communication in case they think it's to do with some kind of blocking between them and mentee, but not beyond that, because if that person doesn't change, there's no need to spend any more time on such a mentee. Time is very, very valuable. In fact, time flows. If I may quote His Excellency, when you are having a Zoom session with him, the name at the bottom left there says time flow. Time is moving, we're losing it. And it's very important to have a cooperative mentee that is switched on and that is geared to succeed. Any opposite of that, there's no need to spend time on such a mentee. They don't qualify.
Thank you very much for that input, Ambassador. Thank you very much. So, Mrs. Moki, I would like to ask you this question. Is there a relationship between mentorship and youth development? And what would you say about the state of mentorship in Africa at the moment?
Of course, definitely, yes. I just started. Thank you. Of course, there's definitely a very strong relationship between mentorship and youth development. We already defined it in the beginning when Sir said, it's having someone who is more experienced. Like I saw someone ask a question, what if the person is younger? Well, it's usually is assumed that someone who is more experienced is older, or sometimes you find people who are more experienced that are younger than you. That is possible. So yes, the person that has more experience being the mentor, and the person who would call the youth, whether by age or inexperience, it is indispensable almost, because there's no point going to fall into the same pit that someone has fallen into and risen from. If you can learn from them, then you walk faster and you walk better and you achieve what you want to achieve faster. So if the young people would accept to be mentored and put in all these characteristics that we spoke about, they would do better than their predecessors. They would do better than their ancestors, because they're now coming in with a different thing. They know something. They have insight into some things. And then they bring information from those people who have walked that path. They now mix it up and they create something new. So it's definitely a yes to have a mentor as a young person. You walk faster and you walk better. Now, what is the state of mentorship in Africa? We are, through these kinds of programs, we are now trying to get it back to work. We had it in the ancient times where the older people automatically did that because we didn't have any other kind of schools, but it broke apart at some point. But now it is beginning to pick up again slowly. So I would not say that it is a deplorable state. I would say that we are coming back to it again. And I would like to thank the organizers of this group, especially this program, especially GAIN, that they have decided to bring back an age-long procedure that we have always had as Africans. So yes, there is hope. Even though we're not there yet, we're getting there if we don't give up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Moki. Ambassador, please, we would like to hear from you for the question as well, sir.
Come again, please.
All right, I said, is there a link, is there a correlation between mentorship and youth development in Africa? And what can you say about the state of mentorship in Africa at the moment?
Right, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to improve on mentorship in Africa. I think it's in its, and I'm talking in the contemporary sense. In fact, the interesting thing is we had it very well in our ancient times. And then through what I would call deregulation or anomie, the positives of industrialization and modernization also had their flip side, where we sort of lost that touch. And now we are having to bring it back in a structured, formal way. But the continent has been kind of lagging behind in terms of mentorship of our youth. If you look at Europe, the Americas, Australia, and so forth, if you look at the youth mentorship program, they even started an earlier age into some of the most even sophisticated areas that we only doing as teens and late teens. Some of this stuff is being done, in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 year olds. So we have got we've got quite a lot of work to do in order to close that gap. And also, the more and the faster we mentor our youth across the board, the more we get them to look inward, in continent, for their sustainability, their future, their interests, than sometimes the perilous journeys where we've lost our youth, you know, in the high seas, trying to cross to countries that are offering or could offer the same as we could offer here if we get our youth to close the skills gap.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. That was really interesting. Please, Ambassador Bofula, please, if you are here, we would like to hear from you, ma. Hello, Ambassador, if you are here, we would like to hear from you. Okay, she's not here yet. All right, so I have some questions in the chat box. Somebody asked, Ambassador, I'm going to ask you, please. Say, for example, you have a mentor who is very good when it comes to business, and then the person failed when it comes to marriage. Can the person mentor you? That's a question from one of our mentees here.
Okay, so a person is doing very well in business, but they failed in marriage. The question is, can a mentor them?
Yes, can that person who has failed in marriage, can the person mentor the another person? That's the question, sir.
Okay, so can a mentor who has failed in marriage mentor another person? Is that the question? Or the mentee who has failed in marriage? Which one has failed in marriage?
Mentor failed in marriage, but is doing amazingly well business-wise. Can the person mentor another person? That's the question, sir.
If the mentor is mentoring aspects that have to do with hardcore business principles and so forth, yes, they can. If they are mentoring somebody who is building and putting up a business to do with counseling, marriage counseling in particular, they could even be better. They say that when you have learned from your mistakes, you probably have had the best life. So really, it's something that needs to be decided by the mentee if they're comfortable, depending with their values and beliefs. This comes to issues of values and beliefs, because if anything else, it does not matter at all, in my opinion, unless it becomes an issue of beliefs and values.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Mrs. Moki, do you have something to say to that question?
Yes, I do agree with him, because there isn't anyone who is perfect in anything. And like he said, the mentee might want to have to decide, because what exactly are you there for anyway? What is the person mentoring you in? If the person is mentoring you in business and he has it put together, his business is working and he has a good plan and a model that you want to follow, you do well to listen to him. If you're there because you want him to mentor you in your marriage, and he is someone who has learned, I was clapping my hands then, because we in the climb where I am from, we usually learn about things from only people who we believe have succeeded. But there are so many more lessons with people who have failed, especially if those people take time out to process why they failed. Then they would help you to move away from the same pitfalls. So yes, it all depends on what is going on. What does a mentor want? What does a mentee really want? You want the business or you want the marriage? If you want the marriage, has this person been able to process it? Has this person been able to find out where his pitfalls are? Then there are even better lessons, or bigger lessons, not better, please, but bigger lessons to learn from failure than just from success. My thoughts.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. That was a wonderful input from you, ma'am. Somebody was asking, which I believe you've answered. Person was asking, is there a barrier to mentorship when it comes to age? I would like you to just do a recap so the person can get it, ma'am.
Yes, I do not think there's a barrier, because when we talk about mentorship here, we're talking about experience. I'm an educator, and many years ago, my students were my mentors, because I didn't quite know how to, a long time ago, I didn't quite know how to manipulate the computer, but my students knew how to do it. So I had to sit under them for a while and let them teach me. At that time, they were much, much younger than me, but in that particular circumstance, they were my mentors, and I had to listen, I had to learn, I had to take notes. So a mentor is actually better defined by experience. When the person has experienced, failed, succeeded, learned, then the person is able to coach, teach, instruct another person. So it's not about age, it's more about experiences and what you've learned. Thank you.
Thank you. When a mentor has failed, learned, unlearned, and relearned, the person is fit to be his mentor. Thank you very much for that wonderful, wonderful wrap up, Mrs. Maki. So, guys, I believe you've learned a lot from this session. Trust me, I've learned quite a lot. And please, I want you to go to the chat box. Thank the panel for this, thank them, and then appreciate Gain for this wonderful session. Over to you, Val.
Thank you very much, Grace. That was a fantastic conversation. Thank you to all our panelists for sharing insightful information on how to succeed when it comes to mentorship. I believe that our prospective mentors, everyone who will be selected, and even though the ones who won't be selected, in one way, you are in a mentorship relationship with somebody, I believe that you've gotten enough value to enable you to succeed. I want to just let everyone know, especially those who will be selected, that an email on the next steps on how to go about this would be sent to you. Okay, so keep an eye on your inbox and your spam folder, if possible, on the next steps after now. All right, so do not panic. We will send an email to you on the next steps. We are about to go down. Come on, somebody put some fire emoji in the chat box. The next item on my list is unveiling of selected participants. And I don't want to just delve into that. I want to see some fire, 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 fire. Who is ready? Who is ready? Who will be selected? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like you here sitting and expecting, and my eyes are clear on the screen to see if, tensions. Calm down, no tensions at all. You heard His Excellency say that there's something for those who won't eventually make it, But I want to let you know that you are a winner for being on here. Over 600 applications. That goes to show that African youths are ready to take over the continent. They're ready to, change the narrative. They're ready to contribute meaningfully. And so I celebrate all of you for applying. But you know that in a football match, there must be a winner. There must be a winner, okay? So you've played well. And shortly, the referee will tell us if you made it or not. But I wanted to celebrate yourself, for making it this far. A lot of people saw the application and then they scrolled down and faced another thing. A lot of people saw the opportunity and they went to watch other things, but you took the time to apply. So I celebrate you for that step. Okay, right about now, we're about to unveil selected participants. And just in case you see your name, do something in the comment section, maybe scream hooray, or say that's me, or just say something so that we will know that, okay, there goes the person. And at this juncture, I would like to invite the technical team to do that if they are available. But if not, I think I would invite the Executive Director of Grand Africa Initiative to help us with that fantastic information.
Thank you very much, Val. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Your Excellency. And I just want to, before that happens, I just want to say again a very big thank you to the panelists. I think they did justice to that topic, mentor-mentee relationship strategies for impact. And so to be sure that you all were listening, tell me in the comment section, what was it for you? What at least one of the things you learned, type it in the comment section, say, I learned, and you say whatever it is, something, just say something. What did you take away from that fantastic panel? If I don't get up to 10, we are not unveiling. Type in the chat, what did you learn from that fantastic panel? Because actually that was very important that's a very important panel discussing the essence of this whole program. If you don't understand the mentor-mentee relationship, then you won't make the most out of it. So what did you learn? Don't just say you learned a lot. What did you learn? Say something. What was it? One thing. Okay, everyone can be a mentor. Mentorship is about experience and not age related. Good. Importance of mentoring. Yeah, I want to see up to 10. I learned mentorship is about experience. Demands trust and respect. Good. Duty of a mentor. Mentorship is not it. All right, some people are copying some others. All right, thank you very much. Just keep it coming. So now what's going to happen? You're going to be looking on the screen because we're not going to be mentioning your names. You're just going to watch and identify your name by yourself, all right? And even if you misidentify yourself, we're still going to send an email to everyone selected, because some of the people who selected are not here right now because of one engagement or the other, while some others are following us on YouTube or on Facebook. So, but if you're here and you see your name, identify that you've seen your name, but nonetheless, what we are doing is the unveiling. You will still be communicated officially on the next steps. Remember, even if you were not selected right now, we have further plans for you, especially those that made the application, and those who actually didn't see the application, we still have further plans for you. And one way you should be sure not to miss out on these important announcements when we make them would be by following us on all our social media pages. Anyone you're very good at, maybe LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we post all the information. And remember, GAIN, everything we do at GAIN, it's for your own benefit as an African youth. We design our programs with you in mind. And so what will it benefit you that we're designing fantastic programs for you and you're not part of it, you're not taking advantage? So follow us on our social media pages. And when you see our newsletter, please click on it. It always has something, some good information for you, whether it's in the spam or is in your inbox. So ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to do the unveiling. So you're just going to watch. Nobody's going to be doing the announcement. Rather, we're just going to play it like a video, because just watch out for your name and your country. And then a second way to reconfirm will be when you get our email, which you should get by Monday. All right, so watch out. Are you ready? If you're ready, type you're ready, ready. All right, good. So keep your eyes on the screen. And here we go. Confirm you can see my screen, Val.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to unveil the selected mentees for the GAIN Global Union Mentorship Program that will run for 3 years. Keep your eyes on the screen and then you will see the names of those selected. Congratulations to all of you. All right, excellent. Kindly confirm that you're okay with that, or do you want me to replay it? Val, is that okay, or should it be replayed?
One more time.
One more time. Okay. So one more time. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now we're looking in the chat. We want to see your reactions. Did anybody see their names? Did anybody in the room see their name in the list? Did you see your name? Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations. Yes, I can see a lot of congratulations in the chat. Congratulations. I'm so proud of all of you for scaling through the hurdles, for passing through the stages. Thank you very much. And over to you, Val.
Thank you very much, the Executive Director of Grand Africa Initiative, and congratulations to all the selected mentees. Just like I said, if you didn't see your name now, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that there is something bigger ahead of you. So keep being better, keep evolving to become a better version of yourself. All right. So, like I said, the next steps will be sent via email to everyone or whose name is on the list. Okay. So, next steps of what to do will be sent to you via email. Right about now, we want to know the next steps from a global union. And it's my pleasure once again to invite His Excellency to let us know the next steps from here. What should the mentees expect? Thank you, Your Excellency.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for this, excuse me, grateful achievement today. And thank you for all the gainers and like users which joined today. Thank you as well for the panelists. I need to excuse as well Ambassador Moifula from Sierra Leone, as she can join because on issues about the network, like the local one, so that everybody knows she wanted to speak, but the local network of the internet was well in this moment. So I hope that she can join as well the next time on top and also speak about her thoughts. The further steps are, I watched a few videos of a few gains, like from mentees. I would like that everyone which didn't have done it yet, that they do it very well. And why? I want to hear your path. I want to hear your vision, your mission. Why? When you enter with me into the mentorship, I want to have already an overview about you. So these ones which are elected and still not have done the video, I would like, please, that you do it and to send it to the GAIN email address, or to put it live on Facebook or on our GU's channels, social medias. And please write to the director, MS Okoli, that she have the links and everything, that we can really overview everything. The other way is stay still in touch, follow the links and applications of the GAIN. And why? Because we have as well a parallel program to those which are not elected into the numbers of 78 ones. So please join as well over the whole African continent. Why? It will lift you up, not only for yourself, also for your community, also for your fellow ones. As why? We have elected not only the best ones which have reached the quiz, we have also elected the ones which have between 13 to 19 errors of the quiz. Maybe you think, why? I tell you why. Because also the weakest in the chain are very important to be lifted up, to be empowered, to be mentored. As we have heard before, we need to be as together. Even when I have my experience, I'm also like very hearful. I have open ears to hear your path, where you growed, where you failed, and why. because then we can really have a look about together where you need especially be helped, be empowered. Because everybody have his history, everybody have his passes, but nobody is like the other ones. We are all unique. And this, have in mind that we will be there and support. When we had a look about the countries which joined this quiz, I can tell we have more than 15 countries which joined of Africa. It is not every country of Africa, but already a lot. There I would like to really put on this table, use they're out in Africa. Use your voice, join, go into the quiz. Also when it's take you the time, as you have seen, don't have fear. Oh, maybe I cannot answer the questions. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I cannot this. Maybe I have not these accesses. Join. Don't have fear. Because when you don't have the fear, as you have seen, we even have elected like the weakest ones, which have mostly put errors on the quiz. Because we create leaders. The mentees, which have 0 to 3 errors into the quiz, will carry on the weakest one. Why? I tell you why. Because you will learn to even lead somebody on your shoulders with my and the delegation's mentorship, to give them further the help. Why? Because you will learn how to lead into leadership, to put out even of these weakest ones again a leader. And this is something which I want to see in each leader, in each mentorship, each mentees, so that they can, after this 3-year mentorship program, to go out in their country, into the world, and be leader in each sector which they chosen to be a true leader and not just a follower or a boss, a leader. After the videos which I have received or will receive further, we will go deeper together. And with each mentee, I will have a look about my agenda and their agenda, where we can match together once in a week, once in a month, or however the agenda will be with each mentee, to really follow up and have the mentorship in the topics mentioned before. Of course, always in partnership with GAIN. Why? GAIN made a great initiative in Africa. We had our initiatives. I had my idea to put this program alive, but one time, as I said before, together is better. For this, we joined GAIN and put them as a high partner for Africa to really boost this program through Africa. The mentees, after 1 year, are overlooked into this mentorship. They are also overlooked through delegates, external partners from the GU. They will, once of them, get very fast. Once of them will maybe need to have more help. Those which are very fast into the program will also fast get an overlift. May they are supported and taken by a company around the world to be as a mentee in an uplift program, to receive maybe a relationship to a company that they can have a 6 or even 7 months or 1 year lift up, that they can have this for their future CV, maybe to be even employed by a company. Even when you are in Africa, as we are in the digital overcomes globally, maybe you can even work from your home base digitally for an external company. Maybe you fly in another country to be in a program to be lifted up, to go back in your country and teach other ones the same way, best way as you was taught. These are the steps, and I don't like to say too much in this moment, but you have my words. I will be there. I will support as much I can with the delegation and, of course, the Global Union as the background. In this sense, I wish everybody really to succeed. Be honest, be open, always to me, to our delegates, as why only in this way we can help you best of. We will not lie about your past or your steps which you maybe missed. Everybody, when you get the ladder, you have steps to do. One time you miss a steps, maybe one time you get up a step. One time you need to have people around you or institutions or governments which lift you up, but only always in the correct and true way. As in this way, education, knowledge is a key. And on top, the tolerance too. And when you put these 3 points on the ground, you will reach a lot in your life. More about, of course, into the mentorship program with me, with our delegates in these topics. And I welcome you and looking forward to have you in each session again. And again, to the other users which are not elected again, please don't miss it. Stay still in as you get as well into a parallel program or the next program ahead. Thank you so much to all which was in. As well, a great thanks to Director Mrs. Okoli from Grand Africa Initiative, to all, of course, the lead speakers today too, our Ambassador Shafosipo and to Zimbabwe, and as well our Ambassador to Sierra Leone, Ambassador Moifula, and of course of Mr. Okafor, when I say that rightly, which leaded as well this panel very gratefully, and Mrs. Maruva, which leaded that panel as well in the right way. And please also make more noises out of Africa as ones to really be together, even as African countries. Doesn't matter which religion you have, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter where you lead or where you want to go. Do it. And being together peacefully, you will reach more growth than ever. Because to hate each other or to be against each other, maybe it's helping you as you think so, but at the other ones, it's not helpful. And backwards, it will also not help you into the future. For this, together is better for you, with you, for all. Thank you so much for this very grateful initiative. Thank you so much to really relay on the stage and to be there where you want to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. In listening to you is just so heartwarming. I love what you said about the weakest link is important also. And that made me to realize that a sheep can actually become a lion when that sheep stays in the company of lions. Thank you so much for the amazing opportunities you just mentioned that our mentees are going to be benefiting from. So just to recap that, based on your commitment, all mentees, please listen to this vital information based on your commitment to during the mentorship period. You stand a chance to win global internships and exchange program, okay, based on your commitment. So if you take it seriously and then you do your best and stand out, you stand a chance to win global internships and exchange program. I believe that the mentees will have on this call are going to respond to that effect. So we really appreciate you, Your Excellency, and your fantastic team. We also say a very big thank you to Grand Africa Initiative for making sure that African young men and women are constantly empowered. All right, so I noticed that a lot of people turned off their video. They don't want me to see their handsome and beautiful faces. I don't know why. This is an exciting program. Please, we want to see your beautiful and handsome faces. If you don't mind, could you turn on your video so that we can have a group photograph, okay? Before the final announcements and closing remarks, please turn on your video so that we can take a group photograph, all right? Put up a beautiful and cheerful smile just like I'm doing now so that we can have that screenshot. Okay. Awesome smiles. All right, keep it still. Okay, nice. Great. Thank you so much. All right about now, we'll welcome the community engagement and communications lead at Grand Africa Initiative, Ene Onyilo, to come on board for the closing remark and further announcements. Ene, confirm if you're ready so that I hand over to you. Hello, Ene, if you can hear me. I think, okay, yeah, you're going to be unmuted just now. Confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, Phil, I can hear you loud and clear.
Fantastic. All right, over to you, Enid.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to have been given this privilege to offer the vote of thanks on this program. On behalf of Grand Africa Initiative GAIN and the Global Union, I am grateful to all of you who have stayed with us until the very end of this program. I want to sincerely appreciate His Excellency, S.F. Homard, the President of the Global Union and its permanent mission. Thank you very much, sir, for honoring us with your presence. I would also like to appreciate the Executive Director, Grand Africa Initiative, Chinwe Okoli. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your passion in developing African youth. To our guests, Mokosulu Kongolo, the educational consultant who was on the panel. Ma'am, we are very grateful for the insightful knowledge you have shared with us today. I want to also thank our ambassador from the Global Union, Cliff Chofel Sipo, Global Union off to Zimbabwe. Thank you so very much, sir. And Ambassador Cecilia Mafula, Global Union up to Sierra Leone, even though her network didn't allow her to talk much. Thank you so very much. We are grateful. To all the GAIN team members who have been working tirelessly to make this event a success, thank you. I also want to appreciate all GAIN leaders here today, regional coordinators, country reps, chapter leaders, campus coordinators, ambassadors, and of course, GAIN community members. Thank you all so very much. Lastly, I want to appreciate the applicants. Yes, the applicants, you are the reason we are here today. We want to thank you very much for making efforts to grow. I believe this has been an interesting time for us all. A lot of work needs to be done in regards to mentorship, and that is what Grand Africa Initiative GAIN and the Global Union is doing. I want us to remember that our programs are coming up. The GAIN Youth Summit is coming up in October, and I want us to be glued to our social media platforms so that we can get info about when applications will start. I also want to remind us of our program this month, A Date with GAIN Mentors. It's happening on the 27th of this month. We want you to be there. Do not miss it. Lastly, I want us to remember this very thing I noted down. Remember that a mentor is better defined by experience and not age. Thank you all so very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Over to you, Val.
Thank you so much, Anna, for that wonderful closing. Thank you to everyone who stayed from the beginning to the very end. You are great, you're special, you are awesome, you're fantastic. We are so excited to have you all here. I believe that you've not wasted your time today. I believe you've learned something, whether selected or not. I know that you're leaving this room with lots of knowledge and skills to make the rest of your life the best of your life. All right, so right about now, we want to officially say that this meeting has come to an end, and we really appreciate your presence. We really appreciate your presence. All right, thank you all for joining. Everything Anna has said, please take into cognizance. Attend the Date with GAIN mentors, and your life will never remain the same. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity with our mentor for the month. All right. Okay, so drop something great about GAIN in the comment section as you leave. Drop something great about GAIN. Say something nice to us. Say something fantastic to us. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing. GAIN is the future, man. GAIN is the future, man. Thank you. Moyinolua. Appreciate your warm comment. Sabu Leno, thank you. We appreciate you. Those of you who were selected, you're going to receive an email from all of us, from us at GAIN, on the next steps. Thank you for staying on to the very end. We really appreciate you. Fantastic. Thank you. This illuminates the world for the youth in Africa entirely. Okolo Moses, thank you for that wonderful comment. Say something about GAIN as you leave. Thank you, GAIN, for inviting me, and that's Mrs. Muki. Thank you, Ma, for your response and the insights you've shared. We really appreciate you. Say something nice about GAIN. Tell somebody about GAIN. Tell your friend, your neighbor, your colleague in school about Grand Africa Initiative and the amazing opportunities she has to offer. GAIN is an amazing organization that wants you to gain. All right. Thank you, Motaro. Lubenga, I appreciate you. Thank you. Tell somebody about GAIN today. All right, Mohammed, the sky is our starting point. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akalu Abraham. I appreciate your warm comments. Awesome. Keep the comment section busy. Peace and man. I'm sorry, peace, but thank you for your warm comments. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yusuf Garba, we appreciate you. Thank you. Tell somebody about game today. Ibrahim says, a great pleasure to be here. Even though he was late, he was able to get something. We appreciate you. Bernard says, fruitful session. Tell somebody about Gain as you leave. Share our social media handles so that they can benefit from the awesomeness of this great organization. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. I want to read your feedback. I want to read what you think about our organization. Beyond that, we also encourage you to follow us across our social media platforms. The links are in there in the chat box. You want to follow us on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. You want to be part of our Facebook community, you are welcome. Gain is for gainers. Gain is for people who want to change their world. Gain is for people who want to rewrite the story. Gain is for people who want to be part of Africans that will create prosperity. Okay, and that is why we're doing all we're doing. All right, thank you so much for staying on here from beginning to the end. We appreciate you for your time. Just as you've heard all the announcements, please take them into consideration. It's been an awesome experience being your host. All right, so what do you have for me? Say one word, okay? So as I leave you finally, I don't want to hear, okay, it's been an amazing experience for me being your host, Grace. Okay, I didn't get that name. I trust that you enjoyed everything from start to finish. And I want to let you know that there are more and more and more and more and more opportunities coming. I don't want to say it. I just wanted to see it. Okay. I don't want to say it now. I want you to see it. And you can't see it if you don't follow us on social media. If you are not part of our community, you can't see it. All right. So let me just keep everything in the cooler while I allow you to do the discovery yourself. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your warm comments. Thank you, Grand Africa. Thank you, Ms. Jinwa Kohli, for pioneering an incredible organization that is out to change Africa as a whole. We appreciate you. So, guys, from me to you all is a bye-bye. It's a bye-bye. You can take your leave at will. All right, you can take your leave at will. We appreciate you. Bye bye. I can see somebody waving at me. Hey, yeah. Bye bye. Bye, Max.
Thank you very much, Val. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, Val. That was a fantastic one. Thank you. And thank you, everyone. And have a wonderful time. For the mentees, keep your eye out on your email. You will get an excellency. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you too. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
And have a wonderful weekend. Sure.